I'm too smart for these cats while they making up facts. We waking up flat.
The Phoenix Suns and the Orlando Magic. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. Alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Beasley in score. They're the four. Dragic and Dudley are the backcourt tandem. And it's Gortat in at the 5. And for the Magic, they've got Hedo Turkoglu eyeing out there with Glenn Davis. And there's a Flalo, and it's Nelson in at the point guard position.
Sebastian Telfair.
Sebastian Telfair, who's checked in for Goran Dragic. And it's Orlando's ball. Nelson, no luck.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
So it's Orlando now. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. The Magic head coach and I had a chance to talk just for a bit.
Sebastian Telfair.
We talked about some of the matchups he'll be watching in this game, and he told me I'll be looking at how we deal with Marcin Gortat inside. He's a guy who can score in any number of ways, posting up, pulling up from outside, or rolling to the rim. And he's also a factor on the glass. Guys, Gortat might not be a household name, but he's an impact big man in the NBA, no question.
And as always, Doris, thank you. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
And the Suns making a change here. Marshall's checked in.
Well, I'll tell you what, there was so much drama in Orlando last year. Was Howard Lee? Was he staying? There wasn't any chance they would be able to compete as they normally would have with all of that friction.
Second team foul.
Magic have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And the shot is good.
That saw just a little bit of daylight, went right to the rim.
Magic ball.
Well, back to the Magic. You can survive a little in-house fighting, but they took it to the next level. When coach is supposedly hearing it from a player in a public forum, it just doesn't feel right.
No, not at all.
And their season was a disaster. Even though they didn't make the playoffs, Steve, they didn't have much of a compass.
No, it really became a distraction for the team, the entire dynamic. It was really a shame because I think that team had a lot of talent. They should have been able to do more.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Davis setting the pick for a Flalo. Off target from outside.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
You got that right. I mean, he'll do it from three-point land or anywhere on the perimeter, really, because he is a deadly shooter. You've got to do a better job defensively.
Former number 2 overall draft picks don't often fly under the radar. But that's what happened with Michael Beasley in the offseason. He had some options on where to end up, but the Suns made their pitch and they got it.
Marshall dishes to Beasley. Shoots from the block. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
Man, it's his poise at the offensive end that impresses me most. This guy is unflappable.
The shot is off.
Well, talking about Beasley, seemed to me like a pretty good gamble for Phoenix to sign him in the offseason. You see his potential offensively. He can really score the ball. And with Nash on his way out, playing for the Lakers now, the Suns needed scoring, and that's what made the Beasley move make sense.
Fast break, here come the Suns. Marshall's running. Gets it to go.
Boy, it's been a hot shooting first quarter for them so far.
Steve, it's been fun to watch. I mean, the shots are dropping, and it's led to an excellent start.
Here's Nelson. Rebound by the Suns. And now here comes Marshall, leading the break. And the basket by Scola.
They've been strong here in the early going, Kevin. Very effective from inside.
Like you were saying, going strong inside, building a strong lead here in the first.
And the confidence factor is a big part of that, Kevin. Taking that ball inside, you get high-quality shots, you get conversions, keep pressure on the defense, and it just continues to build on itself.
J.J. Redick's checked in for the Magic. The Suns have shot just one free throw, missing that one earlier.
They have a very average shooting team in terms of the free throw line, about 76% a year ago.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here. Now, here's Marshall. Backing down is Gortat. The jump hook. Here's Scola. Well, it was only a matter of time that they finally get the bucket. Scola's got 8 points.
Magic Dancers.
The Magic trail by 11. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Ion, Gortat covering.
Gustavo.
The shot's good from Ion.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
And here is Dudley. Still looking to get on the scoreboard.
Turned it over there, but they built this lead by making the most of their possessions and keeping their turnovers really low.
Turkoglu kicks to Redick. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Gortat. But as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lane.
2 shots.
Redick at the 2 and Hedo Turkoglu at the 3. Glenn Davis out there with Ion. And it's Nelson in at point guard. That's who's out there for Orlando.
You know, it's a little strange to not have the Suns in the playoffs for a consecutive year. Last year, they came close, but ended up finishing 3 games back of the 8th playoff spot.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Guys, the last collective bargaining agreement gave teams the right to amnesty the contract of one player. And this offseason, we saw the other shoe drop. A number of high-caliber players were amnestied by their teams, including power forward Luis Scola, who was let go by Houston. In the old days, an amnesty player could sign with 29 other teams. But now, through the amnesty auction process, there's a bidding, and that's how the Suns brought him in. And guys, alongside Gortat on that front line, the Suns certainly have some scoring and toughness inside.
They've become a terrific team. Thanks, Doris. And it's good. Back to what you said about the Suns, this franchise has had such an easy time making the playoffs for the past couple decades that even 2 years with no playoffs seems like a drought for them. Steve, you know that first team. You were the general manager there at one time.
Yeah, it's been such a successful franchise over the last 40-plus years, Kevin, that it surprises you when they're not in the postseason. But look, this is how the NBA works. It goes in cycles, and right now they're in a little bit of a down spell.
And the technical free throw, missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however.
Well, Dudley brings so much to the team, Kevin, because of his ability to do a lot of different things. He's become an excellent spot-up shooter. He's also a great defender, and he anticipates plays. He can get offensive rebounds. Seems to be the first one to a loose ball every time down the floor.
Well, no doubt, you always have to be wary of a guy like Dudley because of that. It's more than just keeping an eye on him. You have to be in his shirt or he'll float out to where he can get open and knock down shots all game long.
You know, Coach Alvin Gentry has done a nice job in Phoenix maintaining that high-scoring style that they've established over the last decade. He's also made them and kept them respectable defensively.
Suns leading by 5. And stolen by Richardson. Davis, the pass to Richardson. Here's Ion. Goes back up.
Suns foul.
And it's going to be 2 free throws through contact on the shot.
The offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layups. Earn it from the line.
And Steve, before Alvin Gentry took over, the Suns toyed with the slower pace, but he got them back to running, and he's not looked back.
Yeah, Gentry did an amazing job in Phoenix when he took over as head coach, and that's why he's still there. He really gained the trust of the players right away. He got back to that style that's really most conducive to that talent. And, now it's going to be interesting. Without Nash, can you still run with Goran Dragic running the point? I think so, but this will be Gentry's biggest challenge now, not being able to rely on one of the great point guards of all time.
3 on 3. Richardson, he's guarded by Dudley. And for those of you just joining us, in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by.
And you know, despite the number of turnovers, Kevin, they've still got the lead here.
Well, eventually, guys, those mistakes will come back and haunt you, so they've got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball.
The Suns have never really been a formidable team on the road in recent years, and last season was pretty much par for the course. They finished 14-19 away from home, and that was part of why they missed the postseason.
And that one's good by Gortat. On offense, here are the Magic. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Gentlemen, there's no doubting the whole Dwight Howard saga wore on the entire city of Orlando, and it certainly wore down his Orlando teammates. Despite losing a franchise big man, in some ways, it's a relief to move on and start fresh. Shooting guard J.J. Redick said, quote, "Chemistry is a very fragile thing. The team dynamic of how guys rely on each other, how guys trust each other, all that stuff is very fragile." Asked about the leadership void that existed, frankly, even before Dwight left, Redick said, "Listen, I'm a big fan of collective responsibility. You've got to do your job, and then as a group, you've got to hold each other accountable. If we're going to turn this corner, it's got to be a group mentality to man up." Kevin, at least now everybody's working together.
No question, Doris. Everyone's got to be invested and on board, or it just doesn't work. You look back on the recent seasons of the Sun, they just can't seem to get any momentum away from Phoenix. I mean, even when they last won the division, Steve, they weren't too great traveling away from Arizona.
Well, it's kind of a rebuilding or retooling situation for the team, Kevin. And they've had to start making the transition for the future, but they're kind of stuck in no man's land. And that's why they drafted Kendall Marshall to be their point guard of the future. And it's going to take some time, but the NBA kind of runs in cycles. And right now, the Suns are trying to get back on that up cycle.
Defensive foul.
And the foul called on Quentin Richardson.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Magic. Hedo Turkoglu.
11 seconds left in the second quarter. Turkoglu outside. To the paint. Ion with 2 seconds left. No good on that last second.